Thank you for joining us and welcome. And we have got a pro today. I mean, this is not his first rodeo, quote unquote.
Hey, Jean, how are you?
Fine. Thank you for coming.
It's such a pleasure. I look forward to cooking some amazing food and talking about Don Bulluck Chevrolet.
Absolutely, where you are the, you work there, but you're a manager, right?
I'm the managing partner here at Don Bulluck Chevrolet.
Okay.
So I run day-to-day operations at the store.
Not just day to day, you work 6 days a week. I mean, you were there.
I'm a 6-day work guy.
And I asked you about that, and share with everybody what you said.
So what I said is, if you want your team to work, you got to work. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect my guys to work and do the hours unless I put in the hours, and that's a huge belief of being a leader over a boss.
Well, and that really means the world to the employees there. That's why people get such great service, right?
We do. World-class service.
World-class.
That's right.
Let's you want to get started cooking, but I want you to talk about your history with cooking.
Absolutely.
And competitive cooking in Florida.
So I'm from Tampa originally. I went to culinary school and did tons of cooking competitions in my early 20s, and really found out that my love of cooking was more important than making money in cooking. Mm-hmm. So now this is just a passion thing. So I travel the world a lot, and then I bring dishes that I've learned from overseas and different places in the United States and different regions, and then I create them together for amazing meals.
Wonderful. And what is the origin of this recipe?
So this is originally from Indonesia. So this is going to be a coconut red beef curry. So typically of Indian origins, but they don't eat beef in India. So they kind of moved this. I think beef is better for this dish, so that's kind of where I took that. So we're going to make some amazing, amazing food here. And this is under a 30-minute meal, guys. So if you want to impress your wife or your girlfriend, or you're just super busy, you have a crock pot and a rice cooker, you can do this in 30 minutes to an hour and make an amazing, amazing meal that fast.
And it looks like it's really good, healthy food too.
Yes.
Peppers,
so let's
mushrooms.
get started here.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to do, just basic standard crock pot. I'm going to put in some basics, which is just going to be ginger, garlic, and a little chili paste.
What was in there already kind of sizzling?
There's just a little bit of oil.
Okay.
Okay. So what I like to do is get this dialed in here. And then we're going to put in some fresh vegetables, onion. That's just going to be a rough chop, mushroom.
And you had it very, very hot before you started.
Yes, I want to start this dish. I want to get my crock pot or sear to top temperature. Mm-hmm. That's just a little red onion. And then the trick with this is I take these small little potatoes for texture. Now the goal with this isn't really to complete these down, because we're going to cook this as a stew. But I want to get a little color on these vegetables first before we add a couple different things. This is a proprietary blend of seasonings that I make, which is just going to be a little salt, pepper, coriander, and turmeric.
And it's proproprietary, meaning you
developed it. My secret says my secret blend.
Well, now we offer the recipes on the website called Cuisine with
That
Jean.
is right. So
are you going to just call this your proprietary?
I might just give them a little taste here. So what I want to do is, this is fresh pineapple juice, and the reason why I use pineapple juice, it's actually going to break down the fibers in the meat to get that meat a little bit texture, and fresh ginger juice. So we squeezed this morning and juiced it. So I'm going to add that in and let it cook. And now here's the secret sauce with this. This kind of looks weird, right? This is just coconut. You can buy this. Coconut milk, you can buy this at Walmart, Harris Teeter, anywhere. It's going to give you the fat we're looking for, so that's going to cook down it, but also the liquid is going to give you a nice rich flavor.
And they're saying now to avoid seed fats.
Seed oils are horrible for your body. That is where most cancers and different things actually start for what we put in our body.
And sadly enough, that's what, with canolas and all the vegetables, that's what they've been telling us to use for years, but now they're going back to beef fat, all kinds of things. Beef
tallow is huge, right? It's not so many good benefits for your body, but people are using it for their face. People are frying things with it. Mm-hmm.
So and some of the various restaurants are starting to incorporate it.
Correct.
Now too.
I think Steak and Shake went from seed oil. They're the first to fry all their burgers and fries actually in beef tallow.
Can you taste a beef flavor with it or not?
Not really, right? You're gonna get a little more rich and a little more dense. Let's add this beef. This is just marinated beef right? Thin cut. And what I did is just a little soy, sugar, and a little oyster sauce. So we're gonna dump that in there. We're gonna let this all cook down. We wanna get a little brown on this meat.
Joe, what cut of beef is that?
So I just use like a thin, you know, like skirt steak that you can find at any major restaurant or any major, you know, Walmart, Harris Teeter, Food Lion, that thin sliced meat. And then what you want to do is just literally cook this down as it sits here for about 20 minutes.
That's a
and what you're going to get
very
a nice,
thick.
yes. And this is going to cook down, and then at the end we're going to add a little red curry paste that you can also buy at any major market. And the trick with this is the longer this cooks, the better it gets. So you can do this in 30 minutes. You can do this in 4 hours. So this is
even
something.
the next day and whatnot, it gets better and better.
Well, the tomato base always gets better as it breaks down, right? So you're breaking down these fibers in the meat with the coconut and the pineapple juice. And then this is just going to stew down. And what we do is we eat this over coconut rice. Rice cooker. One good trick that you want to do when you're doing your rice is wash your rice thoroughly. And a lot of people want to get the carbs, right? Everybody's worried about carbs, but if you wash your rice and you cooking it with coconut oil, you're actually breaking that hack, and it's breaking down the starch in the rice to eliminate about 50% of the carbs that you eat with your rice.
So how do you buy rice? The box, the bag, or does it matter?
I buy it by bag.
And you don't get the fast cook, you get the...
I get real rice.
Real rice.
So this is going to, what we're going to eat this with is going to be a basmati long rice out of India. And make sure that always with your rices that you wash your rice to get the starches out of the rice.
So do you put them in a colander and just run water over them for a while?
That's exactly what I do. I'll put it in a mixing bowl and get that. You'll see it gets cloudy. I drain it. And you want to do that about 3 times.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, I've heard if you buy beans, like dried beans, you soak them and they absorb the water and you rinse them and whatnot for flatulence, frankly.
That's correct.
I mean, that's, but
Same
type of
concept.
thing?
You want to get that. You want to get those starches and those different things out of those beans. And with beans, you also want them to rehydrate. I make a 12-bean dish. Maybe I'll come and make it next time I come here.
Did you learn that in culinary school?
I did. I went to culinary school in the early 2000s, Johnson and Wales.
In Florida?
In Florida, that is correct. And spent a little time there.
And what type of, did you specialize in any particular, like pastry or?
So
main dishes,
I'm more of a line cook style, so fine dining, and I really focused of mixing. I love to travel, so I've been all over the world, so I take these dishes and different foods and different tastes, and I kind of bring them into a Florida style is kind of what my specialty was. So bringing Southern with some Caribbean, and Florida kind of has its own unique food culture because it's such a mix of Spanish and Southern, and you're getting all the immigrants coming from different places all over the world. And Yankees.
Yeah.
A ton of people from New York to move to Florida.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So and how many years did you go? A couple years to culinary
So I went to
school?
3 years to culinary school and then finished my collegiate career at University of Florida for business.
And what moved you into the car automotive industry? Yeah.
Honestly, I took a summer job in high school, and before I started going to school, and I sold cars at the largest Ford store in the country called Brandon Ford, and in Tampa, in Brandon, which is a suburb. And I did really, really well, and I never thought it was going to be my long-term career. And I went to culinary school, and then I started being a chef. And the economy got a little tight, and I was like, I have to make some money. And so I just went back to sell cars, and 10 years later, here I am.
Great.
Well, actually, about 15 years later now.
Well, and to be the
flies.
managing partner, I mean, you're investing in our community, aren't you?
100%.
Yeah. And we're really happy that you came. So I mean, the history of Don Bulluck Chevrolet, too, is phenomenal. I'm sure as you've been here, you've really benefited from the warmth and the love of a long-term family commitment.
108 years the Bullocks have been in business. You know, they started downtown, and 1969 they moved to the location we're now here on 301, 15 and a half acres, and we've been selling cars in this community going on now 4 generations.
Wow.
So what I did here is I just mixed this curry, right? And then now we're just literally gonna just let this soak down and cook, and the longer it cooks, the better it gets.
Does it thicken?
It is. It's going to naturally thicken from the coconut, the starches in the coconut. We're going to hit it with that last little bit of Prosperity blend.
We want to know what's in there,
Yeah,
Joel. Come on now.
Well, in my travels, we just recently went to Istanbul, so I brought some of those spices and herbs from their world-famous spice market, and actually opened in the 1600s, so it's older than the United States and Australia.
So they have outdoor spice markets in
The
Istanbul.
first one in the world, and it's still active. Well, it's covered, but yes, amazing, amazing flavors and spices and teas that they create. So I took some of the stuff that I bought from there, mixed it with a little salt and pepper, a couple other little things that I put in my deal, and that's where my blend comes from.
You know, it's interesting in Europe. I've got a son and his family who live in Germany, and the outdoor fruit and vegetable markets and fresh beef from grass-fed beef that you buy from a guy who's growing them in his backyard and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really, you get a lot fresher ingredients often than we do here in the States.
Yes. Well, hopefully, you know, we've got Mr. Kennedy taking care of our beautiful health and service department. So you're going to see a lot of changes, I think, in the way we eat our foods and what we put in our foods. So one thing I can tell you is that eggs are still cheap worldwide.
Good.
Not here in this country.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. So I bought a dozen eggs in Istanbul last week for 150 lira, which comes out to about $2.
In eggs, the choline is so good for brains.
Yes.
For all ages, really good nutrient to have. We're going to take a break and come back and talk some more and cook some more. Stay with us, please. I really wish you could smell this, folks. It is Joel Thomas is making. I almost think that, I mean, can we say that this is a creation of your own? I mean, you pulled together a bunch of stuff.
I mean, so there is a dish very close to this from Indonesia where they're doing some coconut red curries with beef. So we actually created this and then looked to see if there was something like it. So that's what we found. But this is just a basic family home cooked, something you put in a crock pot. Busy parents, they could start this, put it on slow, come home, and it's going to be done.
It's not basic family whatever. I mean, this is really, really nice. I mean, it's basic is ground beef and spaghetti sauce or something.
Right, but this is just as easy. It's 6 ingredients.
Is that all? It
That's
seems like more than that.
6 to 8 ingredients. You're going to just
Very
do
healthy.
chopped onion, mushroom. You can do carrot, you can do whatever vegetable you like. I like mushroom and onion personally. And with this dish, you just cook it down with the beef, and then you just add a couple things, and the longer it cooks, the better it gets.
The potatoes, the different color little potatoes were really pretty in there too.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little deal. And it's just literally the potato that I had left at the house. So it could be any potato that you use. Sweet potato is great with this dish.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
And healthy. Very good.
One thing that we have been talking about trying this dish is rutabaga.
Oh.
So any root vegetable that you can roast would work in this dish.
Well, let's talk about your favorite topic. Well, it might be, it's one of your favorite, Don
Yes.
Bulluck Chevrolet.
Yeah, so, I try to do something different in this community. So when I got here, Don Bulluck had been a 100-year-old pillar of the community, but I didn't think we were selling enough cars, and I didn't think our customer service was to where it deserved to be. So we completely changed the way we do business. And the way we do business now is we have clear and present pricing right on our website. That is something that I am diligent about. And then we do something called the Don Bulluck Advantage, which is the best program, I believe, in the state to purchase a car. And what I do is any vehicle that's a 17 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, they get a lifetime powertrain warranty.
Wow.
That's complimentary, okay?
Everybody.
Everyone. It's part of the deal. Now here's the great thing, not only do I do that, we know that in Rocky Mount, unfortunately, in the surrounding area, there is high crime and high theft. So we use something called Recover. Recover is a GPS tracking device that I put in the car. You get that complimentary for 3 years also. So you can track your car. If your kids, you want to know where your kids are, you have an app right there to be able to track it. Then I also do, which is great, I do 2 years of real maintenance, not just oil changes. All the maintenance that needs to be done on your car for 2 years is covered. So that's oil changes, tire rotations, part of the Don Bulluck Advantage, which is huge, right?
I've never heard of all that.
Yes.
I mean, that's just...
There's so much more. So, okay, in this state, you got to have state inspections. I take care of 2 years of your state inspections for you. We put nitrogen in the tires, which gives you better gas mileage, less wear and tear on your car, so that is also complimentary. So you can put air in cars with nitrogen in their tires, okay? I know a lot of people ask that, but if you just bring it up to the dealership, I'll be happy to top it off. That's gonna help you with your tire pressure monitoring system. We do 1 year of tire and wheel, so if you puncture your tire, it needs to be patched for the first year. I do that also.
Golly.
And this is all part of it.
On site? You can do the tires on site?
Right on site. Okay, so we do all these little things. They also get a year roadside service. So if you're a AAA member, I'd save you that little $130 that you spend on AAA. So that is all part of our Don Bulluck Advantage, and there's so much more.
Joel, it sounds like you just sat down and thought of every possible thing you could give to people.
Well, we want to give back to the community, and what we're doing this month, we're doing a crazy promotion. It's called our Shoot to Win to Savings. And once you purchase your vehicle, you're going to get a shot, literally. You come out.
Like
you not this kind of shot.
Okay.
You go out to our March Madness hoop, and you can shoot for 3 prizes. Okay, $500 in cash, some Don Bulluck swag, which would be like a hat or a t-shirt or a little beanie that we have. And here's the big one. If you purchase a car from Don Bulluck Chevrolet from now till the end of the month, you're gonna have an option to win one of 3 prizes. That is either a trip to Vegas, a trip to Cancun, or a trip to the Dominican Republic and Punta Cana.
Wow.
And everyone gets it. You come in and buy, you get a shot and a trip, just for doing business with Don Bulluck Chevrolet.
I don't need a car, but I'm interested.
Yeah,
I mean,
come.
that just sounds
You got to
wonderful.
learn how to make all these amazing foods from all over the world, so I want to send you to experience some of these amazing things.
Do you ever cook and bring it for the employees at Don Bulluck?
All the time.
I bet they love it.
They're waiting, so like I said, we cook a lot of food at our home, and so I'm not a big on leftover guy, either is my girlfriend Kim, so I will make plates this big, and they are waiting Monday morning to who's going to get that plate.
To take home, like meals to take home or eat there?
That's what we do. So I'll bring them, and they'll eat them for lunch, or they'll take them home to their families, but they get nice little containers, and they get pretty excited for that.
I'm sure they do. Wow. Okay. Are you looking for new employees? I'm sure some people are thinking,
We always are looking for employees. So if you're looking for a job, I actually have 4 or 5 positions available in sales, service, parts, and in detail. So if you're looking for a job, come down and see me. I'd love to talk to you.
I mean, good food, great food. Wow. I mean, and it sounds like you're really creating a lot of camaraderie among the staff too, aren't you?
It's all about environment, and it's all about how you treat your people. I know that if I want good service and I want to be treated well, that's what I give back to my community, and that is huge for us. And we did some really cool things that are on a food basis at Don Bulluck Chevrolet. So I bought a fresh Otis Spunkmeyer cookie machine that every day, 3 times a week, 3 times a day, I am making home-baked cookies for my employees and for my customers.
Well, now, I know that a lot of hotels have started giving chocolate chip cookies when you check in, but
Yes.
I've never heard of a car dealership
So
giving you.
we do that right now. They are chocolate chip and M&M. So if you want to stop by and eat some cookies. I do the best coffee. I lived in the Caribbean for years, so we use Cafe Santo Domingo or Cafe Bustela. So you get fresh espresso every single day. I've got a popcorn machine. We got a great lounge for our customers to sit in.
Why did you live in the Dominican? What took you
So
there?
I had a great idea that I was going to retire. Yeah. And I bought a small hotel, and then COVID hit, so I had to come back, and I sold the hotel because nobody was traveling. And I came back, and the Bullucks found me, and I'm so blessed that I was able to help them rebuild their business and really put them on the right path and taking a dealership that's been open for over 100 years into modern times.
Well, we are really blessed as a community to have you come and have you infuse all this new energy and new excitement and new deals, folks. I mean,
That's
have you ever
right.
heard of so many deals? So, and you all do a lot for the community too.
We do. We actually have our largest, we do it twice a year, April 5th, the classic car show and Corvette show that we do twice a year. And we've completely changed that too. They've been doing it for years. We have food vendors on property. We have axe throwing. We have huge sales. We do all kinds of fun stuff for our community. And last year, we gave a car away during the sale. So I do that twice a year. So either this April
like a free car?
Like a free car. We had over 1,000 people show up for the drawing. And we'll be doing that more time to come, probably the end of April or May, so stay tuned, folks. You are going to get opportunity to win a car.
So it's not April 5th.
April 5th is our car show.
But the free car is...
We haven't decided when I'm going to do that event, but it is coming sometime in spring.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
And we give TVs away, like for the car show. We'll do raffles and drawings, and just to drive the traffic. One thing we're going to do is dunk your salesman or dunk the owner, which would be me. So if you purchase a car during that car show event, you're going to have an opportunity with a dunk booth to either pick the salesman or myself, 3 shots. So just a little fun with our team and with our customers.
Well, and I want to thank you for being a long-term sponsor of the Don Bulluck Morning Show.
Yeah,
I mean, that means so much to the people in our community that they can tune in and see local people talking about things going on locally.
That's right.
So thank you so much for doing
No, I
that.
appreciate you and giving me an opportunity to share my passion, which is cooking, with our community. Because
and
I'm
your
not
dealership.
and your dealership. And I'm like I said, either I'm your hometown dealer, but also you're going to get that savings and that what you could go to Raleigh when you think that you're going to save money for that hour-and-a-half drive. Folks, you're going to get the same price or a better price. You get tons of better options. Lifetime powertrain warranty, Don Bulluck Advantage. You get me personally. I am there 6 days a week. I am front and center. I answer the phones. I make the calls, and I do whatever it takes to earn your business.
Plus, you keep the money in the community and you support a business that cares about our community.
That's right, and that's the huge thing. Buy local, folks. I can't stress how many people will come and call me from out of state saying, "What's your best price on this Chevy?" Well, have you called your local dealer to see what they're willing to do? Right? So I am a huge proponent in that, and I'm a huge proponent of giving back and doing it local the right way.
Well, you certainly are doing it. We're going to take a break, and this, folks, this smells phenomenal. Just phenomenal. May I taste it when we come back?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Stay with us, please. Folks, this not only looks fabulous, it smells fabulous. And Joel Thomas with Don Bulluck Chevrolet, managing partner, it really did thicken. It really did cook down, didn't it?
I told you, the longer you cook it, that sauce is going to just cook down and get thicker and thicker and thicker. And you want it almost to a stew consistency. If you look here,
and those flavors infused all of the ingredients too,
correct.
Didn't they?
The thicker it gets, the better it gets. It's going to start to brown and look almost burnt. It's not burnt, folks. The longer you cook this, the better it gets.
And you've kept it simmering or almost...
At high boil the whole time.
The high boil the whole time.
That's right.
Huh, what's minimum cooking time?
So I could get this dish done in full blast in less than 30 minutes.
Okay.
But it could also take
blast.
4 hours. So the longer you cook it, the better. But if you're in that rush, or you have date night, or you got hungry kids, you want to do something different, it's a cold night, this is a perfect 30-minute meal.
And you could make it earlier in the day and then reheat it.
Absolutely.
For many. And how many people does the recipe that you're going to share with us get?
This should be enough for 4 to 6 people. I mean, you can see we have 2 plates here, but this is still almost completely full. Just depending on how much rice you make in your rice cooker, to be completely honest with you.
And you use a cooker, a rice cooker?
100% rice cooker is the easiest way.
Okay, for ease.
Because it's set it and forget it. And you can never overcook your rice in rice cooker.
Do you ever cook risotto?
I do.
I love risotto, but that requires a lot of attention.
A lot of movement. We've been
as you
doing
do
a
it.
lot of Israeli couscous lately too.
Oh, yum,
So
love
maybe next
couscous.
time I come, I will do a Middle Eastern dish with couscous and maybe some grilled lamb or something.
And people in the Rocky Mountain area are not very familiar with couscous.
Right.
But it's delicious.
It is so good. And I like the Israeli couscous. It's almost pasta size. Almost looks like a BB. It would be the best way. And you cook that down. with some chicken stock. It's just phenomenal side.
You want to taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do it two ways, right? I am, being a world traveler, I love chopsticks or a great spoon, but I would just take you a little bit.
So I'm not the world traveler that you are, and I didn't just get back from Turkey. Oh,
And this is
yum.
so good, right? Mixed with a little rice.
It's got a little sweetness to it too,
It's
doesn't
gonna be
it?
a little sweet. It's gonna give you a little bite, right? And give you that back burn that so great with Indian or your Asian cooking.
Really,
and then I
really
love the
good.
potato in it. What that does is gives you kind of layers of flavor and different textures.
So earlier you were kind of modest. Well, you were focusing entirely on the dealership when I was asking about what you do for the community. But you're really known for your real generous nature for the Little League, right?
We do. So for the past 13 years, Don Bulluck has partnered with General Motors. And what we do is we supply 3 baseball teams with all their equipment.
You give them all the equipment.
All the equipment.
Wow.
We've done it for years. We don't want praise, right? It's just to give back. So, and I sponsor 3 teams this year. Last year it was 2, so we've stepped up our game.
In the Rocky Mountain
In
area?
the Rocky Mountain area, right? Local
Great.
community. And we take care of all those things they need that it's hard to get. Catcher's mitts, full gear, bats, balls, and all the little things that these kids are going to need to be successful to be able to play youth sports here in Rocky Mountain.
Because a lot of, I know, I do some volunteer work with Rocky Mountain Prep, the charter school. It's often hard for people to buy their own equipment.
We actually sponsored them this year too for their blind auction. We donated $2,000 just to give
good.
back. So somebody won that in their blind auction that
Well, great. Well, thank
that we
you.
gave to Rocky Mountain Prep also.
What is the most popular car? What sells the most?
So Silverado truck is still tried and true. The new Traverse is amazing if we're talking new vehicles.
That looks amazing,
Oh, it
too.
looks like a new Tahoe, right? The
Yeah.
baby Tahoe. But our number one selling new car is a Chevy Trax. Gets you 50 miles to the gallon. The appearance is amazing. Comes with a Don Bulluck Advantage.
Is it hybrid, or how does it get 50
No,
miles?
it's just a Turbo Max small gas perpetual motor. You get the Don Bulluck Advantage. You can buy that car in under 30 grand, brand new.
And how many people can ride in it at once?
I mean, it's SUV, it's 5-seater. Absolutely. And then we sell tons and tons of luxury pre-owned vehicles. Audis, Genesis, different things of this nature. Tahoes are great for us. So we just have a mix of everything that you can buy from 10 grand to 100,000.
Do you go out and buy them from auctions and stuff, or are they trade-ins?
I do. You're going to get a ton of trade-ins. I do a ton of lease return vehicles. Those are always, I think, the best, right? And
Low
then
mileage.
I go to the auction too. So I buy 30 to 50 cars weekly. So my inventory always changes. So what you see online is really just a small reputation of what I actually have available.
Gosh.
So that's important, folks, to call, come in, see what's going through process. That's going to give you so more options than just looking on our website.
And what percent of your business is local people, and what are people from out of town who even see your great deals
So
and
we're
come?
doing 80-20, about 80% within a 30 to 50 mile radius, 20% because I keep some specialty vehicles that are traveling all over the world. I've sold a lady from Alaska, Florida, Pennsylvania, and all kinds of different places.
Joel, will you come back?
I would love to come back and
We
cook
would
with
love for you to come back. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to go to the website, Cuisine with Gene, and we will have his secret mixture of spices.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
you. It was a pleasure. And remember, at Don Bulluck Chevrolet, we always do it the better way.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And thank you.